uh, until now we have discussed about advanced behavioral topics like event and signals, process and threads, time and space. So these three topics are completed in advanced behavioral modeling. As I told you, this advanced behavioral modeling, in this advanced behavioral modeling, we will do some advanced actions. The topics, all the topics in this advanced behavioral modeling, we will discuss about some actions, some behavior, some advanced behavior. Okay, so today's topic is state mission. So today's topic is state mission. So what is a state mission? So what are the topics present in the state mission? We will discuss now. Okay. So in your textbook, if you see, you will see two topics, similar topics. One is state mission, other is state chart diagram. Two topics. Actually, there is another one topic, state chart diagram. So the difference between the state mission and the state chart diagram. So you must know the difference between state mission and state chart diagram. The difference between the state mission and state chart diagram. In state mission, we will discuss only about the mission. We will discuss about mission. We concentrate on mission only. Whereas in state chart diagram, we will discuss some real world examples using state chart diagram. Okay, if you want to know, if you want to understand state chart diagram, so you need to know some state mission. So actually, both state mission and state chart diagrams are similar, equal. The only difference is, so in this topic we will concentrate on state mission. In that concept, state chart diagram, we will concentrate on diagram. We will take some real-time examples and we will draw the state chart diagram. Okay, so first of all, what is a state mission? Okay, so actually, if you remember or not, I don't know. In the previous classes, we have discussed about interaction diagram, right? So, what are interaction diagrams? Sequence diagram and communication diagrams are interaction diagram. So, in these diagrams, in sequence diagram and communication diagram, in these diagram, if you see, if you remember or not, so we have discussed about certain objects. We have discussed a group of objects in sequence diagram and communication diagram, how they are collaborating, how they are working together and perform a task. But in this state mission, we will discuss about single object lifetime. What are the states of single object? We will discuss about individual object. We will discuss about only one object. Whereas in interaction diagrams like sequence diagram, communication diagram, we will discuss some certain objects, how they are communicating, how they are fulfilling, how they are performing a task. Okay, so this is a simple example of state mission. Yeah. So this is a heater is a heater in the home is also a state mission. So as I told you, this state mission discuss about life cycle of life states of single object. If you see, this heater is an object. This heater is an object. So in using this heater, how various kinds of states of a heater we will discuss now. If you see this diagram, the rounded rectangles, if you see idle and cooling, so these are rounded rectangles. So these are states. Generally, the features, the contents in state mission are states. One is states. If you see idle state and cooling state, those are rounded rectangle. Those are simple states. So whereas there is another state, heating. So this heating is a complex state. Whereas why this heating is a complex state, some advanced state, is because in heating state there are another substates like activating and active. A state with no substates is known as simple state. Examples are idle and cooling. A state which having some substates and we will discuss some complex behavior is advanced state. Example, this heating state. Okay, initially, so heater, so if you see in this state mission, so these are the states and the advanced states. If you see the lines between the idle and cooling, there are some arrow marks are there. So these are technically we will call it as transitions. So all the arrow marks here over here are transition. So and if you see that a solid circle, if you see a solid circle is a initial state. So in this diagram you are seeing all these notations. The solid circle is a initial state, and the solid circle, bolded circle with a hollow, which is present in the hollow circle, is a final state. Okay, initially heater is in idle state, right? A heater at a home is in idle state. If you see at a certain temperature, we are giving some function at it is taking a parameter as a desired temperature. At a certain temperature, using this toCold function, it will the machine will come into from idle state to heating state. Okay, so initially this heating state, after entering to the heating state, so if you see in the heating state there are ready or turn on. Initially it will be in ready state. Whenever this ready event perform, the machine will be in activating state. If you see this solid circle in the heating state is the initial state. So whenever a ready function is ready event is performed, it will comes to activating state. After using turn on operation, if you see the turn on operation in heating state, using the turn on operation, the machine will come from activating to active state. Okay, so after that, if we want to move from, so if you see the relationship between the line between activating and active state is a transition, is a transition. What is this transition? This transition is responsible from changing the state from activating to active state, right? So these are internal transition. The transition which is a solid directed line which is present in the heating state is a internal transition. The activating and active states are substates. These are substates of a heating state. So if you see the transition between ideal and heating solid directed lines are that all these lines which are present in outside of the heating is transitions. So now you will get, so what are the contents, what are the features of state machine is one is initial state. So if you see the dark bolded circle is a initial state. So one feature is initial state. So another feature is final state, that is the bolded circle within a hollow circle is a final state, initial state, final state, and transitions like between idle, cooling and heating, there are some directed lines. All these are transition. This transition is responsible for changing from one state to other state. And also you will find the substates. So advanced states like heating. So heating state is not a simple state. So like idle state and cooling state. This heating contains some substates and internal transition. That's why these are advanced states. At any point of time at a temperature, the machine will come from heating to idle state. And also if I want to make cooling state, if I want to bring the machine from heating to cooling, using some too hot function at desired temperature, machine will come from heating to cooling state. Okay, at any point of time from cooling to idle at a certain temperature, machine will come to idle state. So this is an example. So in this example, what you learn, what is a state machine? In the state machine, we'll discuss about individual object lifetime. Okay, so that what are the contents in this state machine? One is state, other is transition, events, activities, advanced states, substates, internal transitions, initial state and final state. These are all the features present in state machine. Okay, this is an example. So throughout this example, we are discussing lifetime of a single object. Okay, so as I told you now I told you now. So what is a state machine? It will be a sequence of states of an object, of an individual object. Okay, so state machine is a sequence of states of an individual. Various, if you see here, there are certain states of a object heater. One is idle state, cooling state, heating state. So that's why this is a state machine. Okay, so these are all the features. States is a feature of state machine. Transition, which is a solid director line, is a transition. The rounded rectangle is a state, and advanced state and transition nothing but the heating. Heating state is advanced state which contains some substates and internal transitions. So these are the substates as well. These are the notations which are present in state machine. So these are, so I told you, so state is a one of the part of state machine. So actually this each state is divided into several parts. So these are all the parts of a state. Every state having some name. So if you see this example, all the states are having some name. So that is name of the state. Next, if you see entry and exit action for every state, like idle, cooling, and heating, every state having some internal entry and outer external exiting option. Okay, exit action, and also internal transition. So here internal transition means difference between internal transition and transition is, if you see the transitions, the solid director line from idle to cooling or idle to heating, those solid director lines are transitions. So whereas solid director line which is present inside a state, a complex state like heating, so here the director line, the transition between activating and the active state is an internal state. Okay, so substates are, what are substates? The substates which is present in the heating are activating and active states are substates. Deferred event is nothing but whenever a list of events are not handled in a particular states, those states are postponed or queued such that it should be handled by one object in other state. So the states, the events that are not handled in a particular state, that can be handled by next state by an object. Okay, the state which are not handled in a state machine is a deferred states. So these default states handled by next state and using another object, using an object, not another. All these are we are doing using single object only. So I have given material. So if you see the state machine topic, so I have removed all unnecessary information. This is not required for an exam point of view. It is not required. So I'm skipping this. If you want, I will explain. Okay, these are two events. So idle and running. Whenever we press the event, it will come to running state. Whenever it is completely stuck, again it will be in idle state. Here, if you see initial state and final state, initial state is represented using a solid circle, bolded circle, whereas final state is represented in bolded circle using a halo circle, which is inside in a halo circle. Okay, so as I told you, transition is a relationship between two states. It will cause one state to perform certain actions, and it will, using some action, it will change from one state to other state. So as I told you, state has 5 parts like name, entry action, exit action, internal transition, substates, and default events. Here the transition also are having some parts. So how this transition is responsible for changing the state using some specified conditions we may satisfied, then it will go to another state. Similar to state, this transition also having some 5 parts. One is source state. So this transition is responsible for changing the state now. So the source state, this transition also having some 5 parts. One is source state. This state is affected by the transition. The state which is affected by the transition is a source state. And again, target state. The state which is active after performing a transition is a target state. So this trigger event trigger is also known as trigger event. Using this event, so whenever transition, uh, whenever we satisfy certain condition, it will change from one state to other state using trigger event. This card condition is nothing but you whenever a state satisfied certain condition, it will change from one state to other state. So if you see action and activity, there are two difference between actions and activity is action is a atomic execution, which is nothing but which is a independent execution which cannot be interrupted by external event. Okay, what is an action? It is an independent execution, atomic execution, which cannot be interrupted by external event. Whereas activity is a set of actions. It is a non-atomic execution. Difference between atomic execution and non-atomic execution is in atomic execution, the external event, no other event can interrupt the action, but activity can be interrupted by using some event. Okay, that's why activity is a non-atomic execution. So these are the 5 parts of transition. So 5 parts of states are completed. 5 parts of transition is completed. We have discussed some notations for state chart diagram, state machine also completed. Now we will come to, so this diagram also not important. So I have changed in the material. I have uploaded the material. Once you check the state machine, so you will get this diagram is not important. So I am skipping this. Okay, see, as I told you, for advanced state, previously I showed some heater example. No, that is an advanced state. Why it is an advanced state? It contains some substates like, I will show you. Wait. Here, if you see in this diagram, heating is a advanced state. Why it is an advanced state? It contains some advanced actions, advanced events. So if you see activating and active are substates, that's why it will explain the complex behavior. So it reduce the number of states in a. So what is the main use of advanced state? It reduce the number of states in a state machine. Okay. Okay, this also completed. So every advanced state is also having some entry and exit action, and also in every advanced state having internal transition. What is internal transition? As I told you here, if you see, I'm showing here. Here, the directed line between activating and active. Inside the heating state, there are two substates, activating and active. So the directed line between activating and active is a internal transition. So what is the main use of internal transition? It allows to change from one state to other state, but it does not cause heating state. Heating state is not changed. So here heating state is not changed. So using the directed line between activating and active, that's an internal transition. Then what about transition? The directed lines between ideal to cooling and ideal to heating are transition. So these are internal transition, does not make heating state to change. So from coming from activating to active, the state is not changed. Still the state is advanced state heating. So that is internal transition. Okay. So the activities, as I told you, activities are nothing but set of actions. So it is a non-atomic computation, non-atomic execution, which means, so here this activity can be interrupted by any other event. That's why this is activity. So deferred events, as I told you earlier, the events that are not handled, not executed within a state, but those are postponed or queued to other state, which must be handled by an object, is a deferred. The events that are not handled in a current state is a deferred event. Okay. So as I told you, substates. There are two types of state, as I told you. Simple state has no substructure, whereas composite state has some advanced states, some substates. So this This composite state again divided into two types of substates. This concurrent state, like heating, again divided into two types of substates. One is concurrent substate and sequential substate. Okay, I will explain you what is sequential substate and what is concurrent. As the name itself, it say that sequential substate. Sequential substate is nothing but only one thing will happen at a time. See, in sequential substate, only one thing will happen at a same time. Whereas in concurrent substate, more than one action will be performed at the same time. That is concurrent substate. We will explain this. This sequential substate. Sequential substate. We'll explain this sequential substate and concurrent substate using some example. So this is the sequential state. As I told you, only one action will perform at a single time. Not more than one action will perform at the same time. So if you see this diagram, this is an example for sequential substates. Here we are having three states. One is idle, two is maintenance, three is active. Right? Three is active. Okay. Initially this controller at the starting point, it will go to idle state. In idle state, so this is an example for ATM. This is an example for ATM. Initially the machine is in idle state. So whenever we so the arrow marks are transition over here. Okay, whenever it is in idle state, whenever we insert the card, insert the ATM debit card, any other card, so it will be in active state. Okay, at any point of time we can cancel the transaction. Whenever we insert the card, at any point of time we can cancel the transaction. So that is the cancel transition. So this active state is an advanced state. So as I told you, this active state is an advanced state, so it will require some substates. Okay, so this active state, this advanced state can contain either sequential substate or concurrent substate. Here we are discussing about sequential substate. So initially, the moment we insert the card, it will be using read card operate event. We will validate the card. After validating the card, we will select the nodes and we will process the request and we will print the value. All these states are at a time only one thing is happening. So these states are sequential substates. So when we want to out of this active state, we have to eject the card. After ejecting the card, again the machine will be in idle state. If you see in this diagram, maintenance is useful for filling the cash in the ATM. So after filling the cash, initially it will be in idle state. Whenever we fill the cash, so it will this maintenance state is useful for filling the cache by the operator. So this is about sequential substate. So now we will discuss about concurrent substate. Okay. So as I told you, as the name itself, the concurrent substate, more than one thing will happen at the same time. If you see in this, initially the machine is in idle state. By using some maintain event, so it will come to maintenance. So this is a maintenance is a advanced states. So in this advanced state, it is having some concurrent behavior. So this it will divide it into two substates. One is testing and other is commanding. Initially we test the devices and we will self-test the machine. So these two things, so the two concurrent states, that is testing and commanding. So it will be executed at the same time. So these two things are doing at the same time. So initially it will be in start state. And then after testing the devices and self-diagnose, it will be it will be completed into final state. So here in commanding state, here the user is user giving input to the machine. So by pressing the key, after completed, it will be come to waiting state. So at any point of time, this testing substate and commanding substate will be completed. If any one is completed first, the one after it is finishing execution, if any one testing or commanding is executed, the state which is completed this task will wait for other event. If both the events are executed into final state, then it will become to idle state. If you see fork and join, this idle is divided into testing and command state. So that's why we call it as fork. So similarly, this testing and commanding state is joining at an idle. So fork means, so one state is divided into more than one state which are concurrently executing, that is fork. So this join means the testing like substates like testing and command will join into idle state whenever it task is completed. This is about sequential substate and concurrent substate. So common modeling techniques. So these are the techniques we have to follow for modeling a lifetime of an object. This is the modeling of a lifetime of an object. So state machine generally used for modeling lifetime of an object. As I told you now. So to model lifetime of an object, so what are the things required? So what are the things required? Initially we have to set context for a state machine. Initially we have to set a context for state machine. Again, then we have to establish initial and final states. After that, we have to consider events between the states. So from starting initial state to final state, we have to lay out the states from starting state to initial state. We can also identify entry and exit action in a advanced state. So and also if necessary, we have to expand the states by using subsets like concurrent and sequential. So these are the things we have to remember while modeling a lifetime of an object, which is a state machine. Next, so this modeling lifetime of an object, this is an example for modeling lifetime of an object. If you see this diagram, so there are certain states like initializing, idle, command, active. These are the states. So this is an example for human security system within a house. So I am providing human security, any theft for theft purpose. I am maintaining this system at my home. Okay. So this is an example for human security system. Initially the machine is in idle state, initializing state. At unconditionally without any event, it will goes to idle state. So in this idle state, we will self-test the machine whether machine is working or not. After the machine is completed, after testing is completed, next using an alarm. If you see the transition between idle and active, there is an alarm event. Using some alarm event, it is taking some argument. Yes, using some argument by alarm event, it will come from idle state to active state. So after that, we have to set the alarm. After setting the alarm, we have to check the alarm whether it is working or not. If it is working, so we have to call the call center. So it is the call center. After calling the call center, so if it is done, if the task is completed, then it will be in waiting state. Okay. Then it will be in waiting state. So this is if you see the command state, if you see this command state here, user is giving some inputs to this machine. So this human security system will identify some sensors. Using some sensors, it will predict the human and will raises an alarm. So initially, whether this alarm is working or not, whether this system is working or not, we have to verify. For that purpose, we have to register this alarm, this device. Whenever alarm is working, we have to register to the call center. After it is completed, we have to waiting. So there is no final state in this diagram. Why? Because this is an embedded system. We are using in this embedded system. There is no final state. The devices are continuously run. Your ATM is one of the example of embedded system. You don't have any final state. The device will continuously run. So this command, if you see the command, the human is giving some commands manually, some instructions to the machine whether the device is working or not. So this is an example for modeling lifetime of an object. So that's it. Any doubts? Or stop the recorded video here. Stop the recorded video and send the editorial access to me.